Welcome to CryptoCashNation. My name is Russ Field. I'm one of the administrators of the world's first crypto collaborative educational co-op. And I'm going to spend about 30 to 40 minutes with you tonight going over what we are, what we're about, what's happening in the in the world today, and how we are going to help affect your family's financial future for the better. So let's jump right into this. We see two pictures on the screen here. One deals with the centralization of fiat capital or the centralized banking system, which we've all been, economic slaves to for the last 100+ years. And you see a $20 bill on the left-hand side where it says inflation, and underneath it you see a full basket of goods in 1929. Due to the centralized, bankers, printing more money, we've decreased our purchasing power. Therefore, inflation goes up year over year. So we have to work harder to be able to get less. And you see what a $20 bill gets you in 2014. Now in 2018, a $20 bill gets you a smile. So if we overlook at deflation here for the Bitcoin in 2012, one Bitcoin got you a smile because everyone thought, what is a Bitcoin? And what does it have to do with me? And of course, through a little bit of education, 9 years later, 2014, we had a basket of goods plus, and now in 2018, we're looking at about a $6,000 to $6,500 Bitcoin, which is certainly a lot more. So everything is changing in the world, and with that change, of course, comes opportunity. So the financial system's evolving at a rapid rate. So if you were sleeping during the internet boom of the 90s, what we need to do is we need to get awoken. We need to get woke, in quotation marks, W-O-K-E. The biggest revolution in human history is the largest switching of capital occurs from the current fiat system to cryptocurrency over the next few years. So the next few minutes, we're going to spend a little bit of time showing you what we believe to be the most exciting home-based business that you have ever seen. So this lady here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to gloss over 4 factors quickly, and then I'm going to delve a little bit deeper in them over the next 5 hours. I'm just joking, it won't be 5 hours, it's going to be about 30 to 40 minutes. So this is the IMF, International Monetary Fund's Lagarde. She's one of the most powerful individuals in the world, and these are just some clippings over the last year or two based on things that she's said. And as I'm talking, you guys can certainly read those clippings, but the fractional reserve banking system is really kind of looking at crypto going, wow, this could be the end of us. How are we going to take part in it? Bitcoin puts a question mark on the fractional banking model that we know today. The second part is how do we know what's actually going on in the marketplace? Where do we get that guidance or the mentorship or the education? And that's where CCN's educational system enables you to learn and earn from the tidal wave that's coming of shifting capital from the centralized fiat system into the decentralized cryptocurrency model as this evolution of money or the evolution of currency that we use today starts to go. Now, the third thing, of course, and you see these shiny, happy people, having fun here and all excited. We have the ability that as you're learning, you can earn, and you can earn very significantly through our one-level affiliate plan, which pays up to 93% of the revenue that comes in for simply just sharing our educational system with others. And of course, finally, if you're an individual here like myself and 5 of the 6, administrators of the co-op, some of the reasons why we put this together was it wasn't just because we can make a lot of money. We've all made a lot of money in our lives in this industry, and we have a love-hate relationship with the industry. But what we wanted to do is we wanted to create a financial legacy that we could keep. And the interesting thing is because of the co-op, due to the strategic governance from a legal point of view, the financial career path that we chose for everyone to follow, and of course the educational compliance of CCN, we can actually have a long-term home here, as cryptocurrency comes to the forefront. So let's delve right into, this picture here. This is Stanford. And, the crypto revolution has begun. And, what you see is crypto education starting to be offered by different universities all throughout the United States and the world. Stanford here, UW, which is in Seattle, University of Washington. And, it's estimated over 100 million people exchange fiat into crypto over the next few years. And actually the COO of or maybe it was the SEO of Coinbase, one of the top C-level executives, just a couple weeks ago said that he believes that over 1 billion people will be using crypto in the next 5 to 10 years. So the question is, if this is going to happen anyways, and if you missed the last couple type of paradigm shifts where there was a lot of shifting of capital, and this is the big kahuna, this is the tidal wave, this is the tsunami of capital that's coming, are you going to miss it again? Yeah, I don't think so. I think that's why we're here today, is you're not going to miss it. So let's get into what the platforms are. Most companies don't teach this, and this is very exciting for us, but there's blockchain platforms out there. From 2009 to about 15, 16, you had Bitcoin. And then what happens is, some very smart individuals looked at Bitcoin and said, you know what, this is amazing, but there's things that we can do to make it better. And what they did is they created Ethereum. And then last year, as you saw the market acceptance and, up to $750 billion come in and out from a market capital point of view into the cryptocurrency market in that age of acceptance, a lot of that had to do with the fact that, Ethereum had about 1,600 different ICOs based on its new platform. And the interesting thing is this year has been a really exciting year in 2018, because not only are we into the regulation and licensing where we're dealing with the bigs are the ETFs and the massive hedge funds and, the uber wealthy of the world. What's happening now is that there's not just Bitcoin or Ethereum. June 1st, EOS came online, which deals with a different set of, circumstances, or a different set of, rules with respect to business and how they want to be able to grow that platform. And of course, September 1st, VeChain turned into Vet, and then they have their platform now. And you start, doing a little bit of research on Vet, you'll see how many, like from Renault to, BMW and so forth. It's pretty amazing what they've done. So things are changing, and with that change, we're going to see trillions of dollars of capital that's going to be invested into corporate blockchain solutions. So when you take a look at this, I love this page here, because you see, right in the middle, it's blockchain. Blockchain is going to be, in essence, kind of like the new Internet 3.0. And based on, what the blockchain is, you've got digital currency, fraud reduction, record keeping, security, smart contracts, and then all of the vertical and horizontal market channels that that are off those. And the interesting thing is that represents hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars of revenue. And the thing is that the blockchain ultimately is going to come in over the next few years, and there's going to be companies that are going to come into these specific market channels and ultimately rule the roost. So the question is, how do you get in on it? And the thing is a lot of people look at this and they go, well, I don't think it can happen that fast. Well, let's just see how fast things can happen. Let's just go back to how social media disrupted the way we communicate and purchase online. So if you look at 2006, Uber, Lyft, Airbnb, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, to mention a few, they're worth billions and billions of dollars today, making their shareholders, of course, wealthy, the ones that went public. But moreover, what's happened is the way we communicate and the way we purchase online has significantly changed because of the social media, revolution that happened. And the cool thing is when you look at the blockchain, it's as disruptive as the internet itself and the social media revolution put together. So what we do at CCN is we don't teach you how to day trade. We're not into, getting a whole bunch of people who've never done any sort of trading, into a very volatile market and getting them slaughtered. That's not the proper, responsibility that we have as educators. What our goal to do is, through fundamental analysis, our system is searching for the future. Our system is searching for the new or the next IBMs and MS and Apples and Airbnbs, but of the blockchain. Therefore, we have more ability or more potential to turn pennies into fortunes. And just think, if you had a few $100 to $1,000 back in the day when Apple or Microsoft or whatever started, during their inception, and if you put your money, into those companies, although it was risky, but if you would have done that, what would your financial position be like today? You'd probably be in Greece looking at the cliffs of Santorini, and it's all beautiful and white, with whoever your partner is, having some champagne in the back of a yacht, because your life would be totally different. So here what we have is we have some picks over the last few months that CryptoZ has done in our premium room. And what you're doing is you're seeing a couple platforms here. And the reason why we have a couple platforms isn't just because they have tokens that derive off those platforms, but they tend to burn their tokens. Now, what does that mean? Because most people don't understand what that means. Well, in supply and demand, if you have a certain amount of something and then you decrease that amount, but the demand is still there, you have the ability to be in a position to be able to make, to have the value of what is left to increase. That's why Bitcoin over time in the halving continues to go up and up. Well, each quarter, Binance and KuCoin, what they do is they burn their tokens. Because they burn their tokens, we talked about that before it happened, and we're in a position for people to, be able to get into trades. Now, the cool thing about these platforms is they're very, very large platforms, and a lot of people love them, and the companies have done very good things with respect to, where they domicile, to the types of people who run it, to have a long-term business, which means that if there's millions of people coming to the market, where are they going to buy their crypto from? Likely from two companies like this. So if you hold some of their tokens, you have an opportunity to put yourself in a position, to gain more. Same with EOS with respect to coming in at $2, getting out between 10 and 15, getting that first, massive amount of capital that you've paid back what you put in. You've got a whole bunch more, and you're sitting there going, now as the pullbacks happen and as profit taking takes place, we can teach you when to get back into that market to continue to hold as these platforms continue to grow. So, VeChain, the original LTC trade. So these are some of the companies that we're talking about. I know CryptoZ is coming in he's coming in the studio over the next couple of days because he's got another one that he actually put in Slack, I'm pretty sure today or yesterday, and it's up 6% today. So these are the things that you want to be on top of. So how do you get on top of these things? And this is pretty cool. And it's from mentorship, guidance, education. This is factor 2. So what we've done is we've created university-style education with testing on each chapters for course 1, 2, and 3. And of course, you can advance at your own pace. And once you're done a course, you're going to get a beautiful certificate that you can share online or put in your own, frame and put it on your wall so people can talk about it. But we have crypto theory, mechanics of trading, high probability trading, and in-depth market analysis. So let me dive a little bit deeper into these. Here's 18 chapters for 2 free courses. Why do we give 2 free courses? A lot of people ask us that. Because when you take a look at the different chapters and what we're actually teaching, most companies charge between $100 and $1,000 for what we're giving away for free. And the reason why we're giving away for free is that we realized when the FOMO happened in the market, and that's the fear of missing out, because Bitcoin was going up, and in this case, if it breaks past about 8,500 again, you're going to see a lot more talk in the media about it. You're going to see a lot more people who are kind of sitting the sidelines going, man, this thing is real. I better learn how to do this. And they're going to be calling you because you're that crypto hub for them. And if you're that crypto hub for them, you don't want to spend 3 to 4 hours going through all this material to get them up to speed. You just want to say, you know what? Here's a trusted resource. Go there, and you're going to save a whole heck of a lot of time. So the greatest thing about what we have here at CryptoCashNation is we're allowing everybody to how to understand, how to exchange their fiat into Bitcoin and back again, how to secure it like a bank, how to go from Bitcoin to altcoins, back to Bitcoin and back to fiat. So the greatest thing we have here is that everybody has an opportunity to really learn how to trade for free, which is really cool. Now, we understand that once people get to a certain, point, they're going to be looking at their bank account. They're going to be looking at their risk capital going, you know what, I've got $50 or $500 or $5,000 or whatever it is, a risk capital that I want to put in the market, but what do I do? So at that point, they're going to go, you know what, maybe I should take the basic course, which is what we call the high probability trading course, which is just $60 US a month. And what we do is we teach first the Spartan trading mindset, which talks about, everything to do with respect to money management and discipline and understanding fear and greed, 2 very important psychological factors when you trade. CryptoZ goes into the fundamental analysis of from an economist point of view of why he does the hot picks that he picks and he trades with, and then from there, everybody who has risk capital has a different level of a different level of risk tolerance. Some people like to go really, really fast and they don't care. And some people like me are more of the slow kind of low risk kind of people. Everybody's different. So what we do is we teach you low, medium, and risk aversion plus how to trade pullbacks so that you can take profits in the market and be in a position to reinvest when it makes sense on those pullbacks. And when you're doing pullbacks, you really need to know, certain technical type indicators, which are usually Fibonacci, support, resistance, and volume, to name a few. So we continually add courses to basic monthly so that you have an opportunity to continue to get value out of the basic course. And then this is the big enchilada. I call it the big enchilada. This is premium. This is where it's at. So in-depth market analysis, we bring CryptoZ into the studio, and usually it takes about 5 to 7 days to take the information that he's given in the studio and get that back out in the course. And so one of the reasons we added the Slack community, which is just like Facebook, but for crypto people. And the cool thing with the Slack community is we want you having this on your cell phone so that as things happen, like what we did with the trade yesterday, or even talking about things going on with Bitcoin right now today, you want to be in a position that you can have that at your fingertips, because sometimes things happen a little bit faster than if we can, get CryptoZ into the studio. So we want you as a trader to take advantage of that. So the premium course is $196 a month. And basically what happens with that is we also have a demo trading contest. And what we do is we take about $16 per month of the $196 and we put that into a demo trading contest through Blockfolio. And then what happens is you get 10,000 a week. And then as you trade, as more and more people come in as premiums, our goal is to ultimately be the first company that pays out over $1 million a year in cash just for people trading on a free Blockfolio account. So we're very, very excited about that. And we know how, we know how viral that's going to be. And with respect to premium, other services that I've seen usually around $200 to about $500 a month. So of course we're at the low end. But at that point, we have the ability to, to help you out. Now, the cool thing with this is I'm going to teach you now when we go through the numbers how to get this so that you only have to pay for it once. And then from then on, your team of the community is paying for it. So this is factor 3, sharing and earning platform. Now, we understood here that most don't have risk capital. Therefore, we created the highest payment solution while you learn and share. So there's up to 93% payouts on all of our products, basic and premium. And we're going to talk about executive in a few minutes, which is paid directly to your US wallet. So everything is paid with credit card. Everything is paid out into cash through your ProPay system. And we have a one-level affiliate system, which is named the Pathway to Success. Now, the cool thing that we've done is we've coded in a back door for the billion or so the unbanked. There's a massive group of individuals, in parts of Africa, Southeast Asia, South America, Eastern Europe that love cryptocurrency. They have smartphones. They have a work ethic. They just don't have an opportunity that allows them to take part. And so, with the growing middle class in those areas, it just made sense for us to code the availability for those individuals to come in for free, to start learning with us. And then if they shared with just 3 people, whether they're basic or premium, the computer system on our end would say, hey, this individual's now made enough money to become a basic. And then at that point, they're alongside you building a community. So let's delve deeper into the numbers here. So after that, we realized the most important thing to keep longevity in any business is to have the opportunity for people to only have to pay one time out of pocket. Because if you pay for a service one time out of pocket, and then your commissions thereon take that fee where you don't have to ever pay off your credit card again, that's a great deal for you. That's, when you think about, the what's in it for me, a great education that you only paid for something once. So that's really, really cool. So if you come in as a basic at $60, what's going to happen is your first two people you share and enroll in the basic course, you know, you're going to make $86. $86, you know, looking at the bottom there, it says weekly, monthly, yearly. You know, under that monthly tab there, it's 86. 86 is a lot more than 60. Therefore, your wallet's going to have a little bit of cash in it at the end of the day. Let's move on to the premiums. If you come in at the premium level, what's going to happen? You bring in two premiums along with you. You're going to be in a position, looking at that monthly tab on the bottom there, you know, you're going to have $258 per month. Well, 258 is significantly higher than 196. Therefore, your subscription the next month is going to be paid. So looking at that, what would be the next logical step for, for the co-op to create, let's say the next bonus? Well, the next step is simply this. Let's go back to the basic here. And if you help 4 people, we're going to call you a silver. We're also going to give you a 20% matching bonus on all your personally referred qualified customers. So that could be a person that you brought in and you enrolled, and they're on your first generation. We also have a sponsor in place component so that you can create contests and create a faster growing community. Well, if you end up enrolling a person and you end up placing them anywhere in your community, what's going to happen is you're still going to earn the 20% matching bonus. If those individuals become part of the coded bonus in the Synergy Loop system, you're still going to always earn that 20% matching bonus. So if a person earns $200 a week, you're going to get 20%. If they're going to earn $2,000 a week, you're going to earn 20%, whatever that is. Now, you're also going to earn down to generation infinity. So you're going to earn unlimited generations. But when you get 4 and you then help your 4 get 4, what that means is both in width and in depth, you've got a whole bunch of people now getting their product for free, their subscriptions paid for. So therefore, the most logical thing is the more people that I help in my community get their subscription paid for, the statistical likelihood is A, I'm never going to have to pay again, which is great. B, they're probably never going to have to pay again. Therefore, I have a strong community of individuals who are learning a skill. And remember, education is wonderful because people can't take education away from you. They can take everything else, but they can't take what you learn away from you. So let's just look at this on the higher level here. Looking at this, you got your 4x4, 196. Looking at this, this is interesting. That's $980 a month. So what I'm going to do, we know that people are going to come in basic and people are going to come in at the premium level, but just for time's sake, I'm going to spend all my time, on the premium side, because I believe most people from a business point of view will look at this and go, well, I ultimately want to be a premium because I want to learn the most. I want to be in those Slack rooms, and I also want to be in a position to be able to build my crypto portfolio as I get paid in my community. So the question is, looking at this, with $980 a month, what are you going to buy? Well, we know that people love cars, so they're probably going to go out and get some sort of, shiny new thing that they can use. What we hope, the reason why we did this and what we hope people do, because you're already driving a car probably, and you already have a full-time job, and you're doing this in your unproductive time, we hope you take that $980, you switch it back into Bitcoin, and then from there you start to do things in the market, because now it's truly risk capital because your bills are paid, already in your job. So that's the reason we did this. That's why was one of the reasons why we paid out so much, is we wanted to make sure that you can get into your risk capital as quickly as you possibly could make those decisions. So what would be the next level? The next level is, well, how do we increase it for those people who want to take more of a leadership type of position? Well, for those individuals, we just say, hey, go out and get 3 more. Go put 3 more people in. Now you've got 7 people you've personally referred. Now you're earning a 40% matching bonus on all personally referred qualified customers. Now, the thing is remember that you've done that. What are you going to do? You're going to help those 7 at least get their 4. And you're going to help those 4 at least get their 4. So now most of your organization is getting their subscription paid for, which is great. But looking at this, with 147 people on your team, you're in a position where you're making what a regional sales manager would make as a salary and commission, starting for a Fortune 500 company. You're making $6,600 a month. or 80 grand a year. What would 80 grand a year do over and on top of what you're making today? Well, I think at that point, some people might start getting into, more of a dream car kind of situation. I hope at this point, people are putting a lot of that into risk capital to be able to put and build their crypto portfolio. But you also might be in a position where you're starting to pay off credit cards. If you're one of those individuals that has credit card debt and being able to pay those off, probably the smallest one to start, get that momentum in your family, and all of a sudden you feel great because it's like, wow, I'm out of debt. I got a brand new car. My crypto portfolio is growing. Like, this is phenomenal. I love this. And because I love this so much, I'm going to now be in a position where I want to have a piece of the company. How do I get a piece of all the revenue that happens in the co-op every quarter? Well, simply just go and get 3 more people. Now you got 10 people. Now this is cool. Whether these 10 people are all basics at 60 or all premiums at 196, or if they're a mix. See, at CryptoCashNation, we're not going to put you in a position to make you feel any lesser because you've got 10 people or more people at 60 versus 196. We're not that type of company, because we're all in this together. All of the administrators are building teams with you. So we did this so that we could all be in a position to have the biggest slice of the pie together. So looking at that, you're still gonna get your 40% matching bonus. You got the share in the 1% co-op quarterly profit pool. But if you go platinum at 10, well, I think you would go to your people who are silver and go, guys, you know what? Just put 3 more people in. Let's focus this week or this month. Let's put 3 more people in. Now you got 7. Just down 3 generations, it's 360 members, and you're looking at just under $15,000 a month. Now you notice that not at any point have I said that you're going to put your money in and your money is going to be held for any insubordinate length of time. I haven't said you're going to put your money in, but you got to put in $1,000 or $2,500 or $5,000 or $10,000 and do a big huge front end load, because when you look at the total members, this income is ongoing income. It's not income based off of a big front end load, which is really, really cool. So this is something that to me, when I first saw this Pathway to Success calculator, it was at that point I said 100% absolutely I want to be an administrator of this company and help this company grow, because I don't want to go out and build another person's business in the network marketing field and be in a position where my pants are down by near my ankles after 4 or 5 years of building a $20-30 million business because someone did something wrong. I want better corporate governance so we can build it as a community, decide things as a community, to be able to keep having the opportunity to build a larger and larger community without any of those typical challenges in that love-hate relationship with what's blessed some of us on this call so much in our 20-30 year careers. So what are you going to do with an extra 180K? Some of you might want to be in position to get that secondary place somewhere where you can play golf or go on the beach. Some of you maybe like to get eaten by sharks and you like to go surfing late at night. If that's what you like to do, if that gets your heart racing, wonderful, that's fabulous. Maybe you want to take your partner to a place that's not minus 500 like it gets into Canada for most of the year. So whatever it is, the blessings are here. You just have to start saying yes. You have to start saying yes to you. Now, this is what I've learned. I've had amazing mentors in this, in this space for the last 20 years for my life. That's why they call me the dad entrepreneur or the dadpreneur. I've been home with my kids for forever, and every time I've ever looked at a title, I was always taught that if you see something that you want to achieve, do 50% more. And I was like, okay, that makes sense, because I'm an athlete. I came from a basketball background, and when a coach told me to shoot 100 shots, I'd shoot 150 shots. So I already had that mentality. So what I'm going to teach you is that to get that quarterly co-op profit pool, if that's 10, why don't we always have 15? So if we got 15 and you help those 15 each go gold with 7, and you help those individuals help their people get 7, you got 540 people on your team. Now 540 people for some of the individuals on this call is basically 3 to 6 months away. It's not far away. But when you're looking at this specific career path, you're looking at an extra $282,000. Now you've never seen this before. And the reason you've never seen this before is you've never seen a company that actually paid up to 93% in the way that we do at CryptoCashNation. So this is something that I would think that at this time, now I have a propensity for log homes and pools. So of course, I put this together with Robin, and these are things that we kind of like. But you might like a postmodern home or a post and beam home, or you might like a penthouse up in the sky in the middle of a city that's really busy. Whatever your dreams are possible here because you have the longevity of what we've put together. And looking at these things at $282,000 a year in your unproductive time, I would think you've got your cell phone going and you're probably somewhere not at work anymore. You probably went to your boss and said, hey, you know what? Thank you for the opportunity. It's been a slice, but now I'm my own person and I'm going to go and build my own, I'm going to dominate my, my world empire just sitting there, petting your shorn cat in a big, huge seat in your private lair. Whatever that is for you. That is for you. So introducing our executive access pack. Now, this is our piece de resistance. We came out with this a couple weeks ago. This is something we're very excited about. And if you're an individual who loves building large communities, you are absolutely going to love the way this is set up. And just so you guys know, I'm really only 16. I'm going through puberty. That's when my voice is cracking. So this is our executive access pack. So our executive pack is $496. Now, how does this break down? We're going to show you that in a second. But for the first 200 executives, you're going to have lifetime access to the 24 webinars over 12 months that CryptoZ is going to do, that he's going to do. And if you find value in the executive access pack, if you're from 201 on, you can make a decision if you want to then renew it the following year. It's a one-time purchase. If you find value, the next year you can do it. Now, the cool thing for us business builders is if we have a large organization, when you see the amount of income in this executive access pack, because we pay out up to 93% in this just like everything else. When you see that, you're going to go, wow, this is amazing. All of our commissions, of course, are paid through ProPay as cash. And just like every other business, it takes about 5 days for the commissions to be able to hit your wallet. So how does this break down? Part one, if you're premium, you're prepaying for that anyway. So your 28-day cycle at premium is $196. Well, $196 into $496 leaves you with $300 left. And that's the value of the 24 webinar systems that we set with CryptoZ. And what CryptoZ is going to do is you got to remember, most people who are coming into this industry, into crypto, have no idea of economics. They have no idea of supply and demand. They have no idea of the banking system. To technical analysis, out the window. Fundamental analysis, what's that? So as people are moving up in our course, what we have to be cognizant of, and this is all of us, and what we have to share in the responsibility as we're all learning together, that everybody goes at a different pace. So we want to make sure that whatever's being said in the Slack room, sometimes CryptoZ is going to share some things that might be over our heads, probably a little bit more than some of the time. So we want to make sure that for those people who want to get the executive access pack, that they get a really solid education of him coming in and sharing why he put that in the Slack room over the previous 2 weeks. So you can sit there and really get a proper education as to what's globally happening from a micro and a macroeconomic point of view and how that affects us all based on the information that he has filtered and sorted through. Because remember, if you're a person who's already a great trader, because we look at the platform trades and the master nodes and what's going to be, what we believe from a fundamental point of view is going to be there in the future, these products to you are simply a time saver. You're probably not going to learn too much more, but it's a time saver for you. And what is your time worth? Your time is precious. It's worth everything. So you're going to get access to course 1 and 2, of course, course 3 as well. And then our hope, if you go executive access, that we help you get a couple more people. We figure it out. We go through what we got to do to get that happening for you. And then your premium, therefore, is always going to be paid through your commission. So how does the money work? Very simple. With your $496 for the $300 product, $200 or 66% is paid out right away. Now, this is the cool thing. If you're an executive and you enroll an executive, you're going to get right away $200 out of the $300 on that portion of the product. Compression. What does compression mean? This is really, really cool. If you're an executive and you enroll a free person who enrolls a free person, who enrolls a free person, who enrolls another person who goes, hey, that executive looks awesome, I'm going to become an executive. Well, what happens is that $200 commission, think about the size of communities that you're used to building and how fast you build them. That compression is going to go to you. That $200 paycheck is going to go, or a commission or patronage bonus, whatever you want to call it, that's going to go right to you. It's going to find you because they went executive and everyone between you and them didn't. And that's going to find you. That's really, really exciting. And then, of course, with the 196, we pay out 120 of it, and you're going to get paid $30 per week over the 4 weeks for that. So therefore, out of the 496, you're going to get paid around 320. And of course, if you get your two, just like everything else we've done, you're going to have your executive access pack paid for before the bill even comes in. Now, really quick, what if you did a 4 by, you did your 4 and you helped your 4 get 4, but you did it with executive packs? Okay, well, 640 times 2 would equal your 4 people. That's $1,280. But what would happen if you're an executive and your personals went executive? But what happened if each of those 4 people, put in executives? Well, let's share how that goes. So for each personal customer that refers an executive pack underneath you, what happens if you're a silver? You're going to get a 20% matching bonus on the 200 that they got. Plus, you're going to get 20% matching bonus from their weekly subscriptions. You get an extra $64 times those 16 people, or times those people minus the couple people that week who are going to be shared through the synergy loop. Now, looking at the gold side, it's 80 and 48. It's $128. So this is a massive influx of capital for you to put you in a position to create a phenomenal story for you and for your team as they grow. But ultimately, what would we like you to do? We'd love for you to take the commissions and build a significant crypto portfolio with that risk capital that you now have. So the most important point in all of this is simply this. If we're not around to help you service what's going on, then we've all failed. And everything we've done at CryptoCashNation has strategically been put together to create a long-term home for all of us. So we just don't want you to build a crypto legacy. We want you to keep that community intact for forever. So the legal governance as a cooperative allows each paid subscriber to become an owner member, therefore sharing in our co-op quarterly profits. That'll be paid out in Q1 2019. Our one-level affiliate system pays higher than any home-based business we've seen to date. University-style education is compliant globally, and it allows us to be able to shift and change as the technology changes, allowing us to be in the market for as long as there is a market. And of course, the cooperative was strategically developed by the 6 administrators to be compliant from a business point of view, from a compensation plan point of view, and an educational service point of view. So that allows our members to focus on learning and earning long term. So at the end of the day, there's really 3 types of people. The question is, which are you? So person 1, you could be a super busy individual that just doesn't have time to teach everyone who's calling you about Bitcoin. You could be a person who's never heard of this, and you're looking at this for the first time going, man, I need to learn, but man, to learn for free, that's awesome. Well, if you want to learn about some Bitcoin and buy some and just hold it, get your link from whoever invited you to this webinar and get it for free. Person number 2, you want to dip your toe in the water and you want to learn, but then you heard that you can get something for free. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm Scottish, and, free kind of is, when you look at my red blood cells, I think they all spell free. So it's part of my life. It's a cultural thing. So what you need to do is you need to enroll as a basic or premium today, and then just share this through our marketing system to get your subscription for free. Let us help you and let us teach you how we do things so that you can put yourself in a position to never have to pay again and always be learning for free. And then there's number 3, the third person. For you, you're hungry, you want to change your finances immediately, you want to build that crypto portfolio, but you also want to create that quick cash financial legacy for your family. Get your credit card out, enroll with the executive pack, prepay for that premium for the month, and let's launch your learn and earn community today. Do not delay. Our disclaimers, pretty simple. It's the legalese that we have to do after every presentation. It's basically saying, we're an educational company. We're not going to tell you exactly when to get in and out of a trade. We're not going to have anything to do with Howey's Law. So therefore, not a security. Remember that everything happens in history doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen in the future. And the most important thing is that if you're going to trade something,